Hey everybody, and thank you for joining in. It's Alaska Tracy here in the office away from home, and I'm just going to share with others from my laptop that I am live in just 1 second. So how are you this Wednesday? It's a great day to be in business and to be dialed into social media. So let's just, what I'm doing is sharing from my laptop to my personal, so then I will get a couple more followers in. And I'm looking at my laptop and I can see that I'm live, and the color is amazing, and I'm going to show you what I'm using. Okay, let me just share to my page. I am chatting live about social media simplified, and I can't even spell that. Simplified. Thank God for spell check. So where are you joining in from? Go ahead and comment and let me know where you are joining in from. I would love to hear where you are. Bring your questions or just say hello. There. So I'd love to hear where you're joining in from on this Wednesday. It is 11:30 in Alaska, and it is a cloudy day. We've had a lot of rain here this year. It's been not super warm, but they say it's average temperature. There we go. So where are you joining in from? Go ahead and comment below. I would love to hear where you're joining in from. And if you have any questions, we're going to be talking a few basics. I've got some notes actually here that I wanted to cover with you this Wednesday. I see a couple of you joining in, so feel free to share where you're joining in from. And I thank you for being here. Where are you today, and what is your business? Go ahead and comment below. I would love to know. I see that 2 of you are here. And I'm wondering if you can hear me. Just want to make sure that you can hear me. I have my little headset plugged in today because I left my little tiny microphone at home. And I did a sound check, and it looks like you can hear me, but if you can't, also comment below. I would love to know if you can't hear me. And feel free to comment below in the comments where you're joining in from, what your business is, and if you have any questions on social media. It's such an overwhelming time right now, so much going on, and it just can be daunting. I know for me in the business it's daunting, so I can only imagine for others. And I think Nancy's commenting, but I'm not seeing her comments. So I'm going to just jet over to my personal page and see if it's on that. Okay, yay, Nancy can hear me. Nancy, I am over on Alaska Tracy on my business page, which is odd because I'm not getting any comments from the actual video. So I'm getting them from the shared, when I shared the post. I'm going to go back over to my business page, so then I can actually see the comments coming in on the actual video that where I'm doing it. So I'm doing this video from my business page over at Alaska Tracy, and I see that there's quite a few people that have joined in, and I would love to hear where you're joining in from on Alaska Tracy's business page right now at 11:30 Alaska time Wednesday. So there you are. That's okay. Welcome, Nancy. It's funny, right? Like, I shared the video over on my personal, and then when you commented, I could see on my laptop that it popped up that you had commented over there. It can be very confusing, especially for people that don't use video a lot, to know the ins and outs, and I sometimes forget that. So I wanted to talk about going back to the basics on social media. And also, if you would like to, if you have a business page or a personal page and you'd like to share that I'm live from your personal or your business to your followers, that would be great. My goal in life is to really help inspire people to grow rich, meaningful lives. And so the more people I can inspire, the better. So if you want to hit share either now or later, that would be great. And as we're going along, feel free to comment where you're joining in from. Nancy, feel free to share your business and where you are, and let's all connect. So when I think of going back to the basics, I think of being a business owner years ago, 15 years ago, when I started my first business, and what it took for me to grow a thriving business. And back then, it was a little tiny Palm Pilot and lots of sheets of paper that I carried around with me. And those sheets of paper became my database. And what would happen, I would put notes on the sheets of paper, and then I would come back to my big, huge computer with my big, huge monitor that sat in my home office, and I would, at night, I would input all the notes, or I would try to do that. That was the goal. And then I would sync up my little Palm Pilot with my notes so that I could carry the notes with me. I could print the notes out. I could give the notes to employees so they would know about the clients' needs and where they lived, their directions, and all that. And that was the basics. That was the core of the business back in the early 2000s, was having a database and a functional website. What I mean by functional is that people could go to the website and they could know what my service was, number one, and then they could know how to get a hold of me to book a service. So those were the core of my business in the early 2000s. And Nancy's in Los Alamos, New Mexico. And your business is, okay, and I can't say that word. Fergalicious? Is that the word? Fergalicious? I think that is. Fergalicious Dog Treats and Chica Bao Bao Pet Dog Apparel. And I've seen some of your work, Nancy, and it's beautiful. And if you'd like to put the link below so that we can all connect with you after, because many of us, most of us in Alaska have pets, and I'm sure we would love to check out your apparel and your delicious dog treats. I'm just going to say delicious. I know the name's different. My folks were just up here, and I'm digressing, and they asked if anybody in Alaska did not have a dog. So welcome. Thanks for joining in. And I see a couple other people joining in. Feel free to comment with your business. If you have a business page, go ahead and put your business page so that we can all connect. Again, my goal in life is to inspire people to grow rich, meaningful lives. And I feel the way to do it is to connect with each other. And also, please share this live video on your personal or your business page so that I'm able to inspire and connect with more people and help them to grow as well. So again, we're talking about the basics. The core of my business in the early 2000s was a functional website, meaning people knew exactly what the product was that I was selling. They didn't have to go fishing for it, so it was a functional website. And a database, a working database, meaning people could be added into the database, and there was a system, okay? It was, I think I used back then think it was Outlook, was my CRM, my customer relationship management tool, and a Palm Pilot, and a printer, a big, huge printer that I would print details about each client for the employees in the morning so that they would know the details. And then I would update periodically, birthdays, anniversaries. It was a working database. And that's it. Nancy. The treat business was named after your dog, Fergie. I like Fergie. That's much easier for me to say. When she got sick, she couldn't eat. Oh, that's a great story. And I hope that story is on your website, Nancy. So again, thank you all for joining in. We're talking basics and going back to the basics in this crazy, overwhelming social media world that we live in today, where I sometimes scratch my head and wonder, what the heck? I put out to the universe years ago that I wanted to be in a business that was ever-changing and kept me interested and never bored, and here I am. And every time I speak or teach or do a live video, I get to learn myself. Today what I'm learning is that I have clutter all around me, which I'm not going to show you, and that I need to get a little bit organized in here. So the basics. How is your website growing? How is your database growing? The third thing would be social media. Are you all over the map? Meaning, and Christine says, we don't have a dog. Our cat is large enough to be a medium-sized pup. And thank you, Christine, for putting your business at Owlware. It's, I don't know what that says. It is jeans, I don't know, long-lasting skin healthy products. So it's a skin product line. That is what I'm thinking. And feel free to put your business social media page as well. That would be great. And where you're joining in from. So is your social media, are you all over the map? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all the other sites, and doing them half-assed? Or are you on a social media platform and you're really learning it and you're using the tools, and you will know if you're doing this because your followers are growing? So that would be a question to ask about going back to the basics. Are you growing a social media following, or are you all over the map and barely not knowing all the different platforms, all the different tools and techniques on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter to keep up with it all? Or are you focused just on one social media platform and really hammering it, really learning it, growing it, developing it? That would be a back to the basics question that I would ask you. I love meeting business owners and doing an hour consultation with them and looking over their website, their database, their social media, and just giving them 5 to 10 tips of where to focus to really start growing their following, their database, and ultimately their pocketbook. And sometimes it's just really easy tweaks. So when I started the business, I started with Facebook only. And if you don't have a business Facebook page yet, you're missing out. It doesn't mean that you're going to have this Facebook business page that's going to grow exponentially like overnight. Okay, it's going to take time and it's going to take work. A Facebook page allows you so many opportunities to be a credential business. People, I believe, it gives you credibility. It also allows you to do certain things that the personal profile does not allow. It gives you insight so that you can actually tell when your followers are on Facebook. Instagram as well. So if you don't have an Instagram business account, I would highly recommend that you switch your Instagram over to a business account. It doesn't mean that you have to switch your name or anything. You just make it a business account. And what that gives you is the opportunities to see when your actual followers are online, so that you're posting when the most followers are actually online. Wouldn't that help? It also shows you a lot of other insights and gives you the opportunity to promote and save information content and repurpose it. So the people that are on, I see quite a few more. Go ahead and feel free to share where you are, who you are, what your business is, and where you are located. And also, if you wouldn't mind, share this to your social media network, this video, because my purpose is to inspire and help as many people as I can. And if you have any questions below, yay, Christine, you have a group. You're in Anchorage. Awesome. So you have your very own group. That's wonderful. I have a social media group as well, and I'm hoping that the people that are on this live video right now are a part of. And if you're not, I will put the link so that you can join. It's called Vizion Connections. Vizion. I'm on my laptop here. Oh, it's not going to let me. I have to go to my personal. And feel free to ask for a Vizion Connections. Go ahead and add yourself, and then I will add you after we get off this. And the goal of that group, that Facebook group, is for you to connect and share information, not to promote. It's not a promotion group. It is, however, we do promote a little bit, but it is to learn and help each other to grow businesses and really connect with each other. It's not just a group to go to promote. So feel free to ask to be a part of that. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to get with you on the questions. So I've listed just a couple basics to focus on. The core, which has always been the core in business for me, has been a website, an actual website that allows people to know what products, what offerings I'm selling, and actually how to get a hold of me. And then a growing database where people are continually added into the database. And this is the key, to give the database something. Okay, so if I'm going to be asking people to join my database, I'm going to want to give them something. Okay, and I want to have a script that I use when I ask people if they would like to join my database. And you're welcome to copy this script for all of you that are on here. You're welcome to copy anything with your own words. My script that I use when I meet people and I ask them if they would like to be a part of my social media community, I say, hey, would you like to be a member of the Social Media Sensei? I send weekly tips and tools, how to grow your business, and tips on social media. May I add you to that awesome, influential list? And 9 times out of 10, they say yes. Sometimes they say no, and often, 99% of the time, people say, thank you for asking me. Because how many of us get added to things that we really don't want to be a part of? Raise your hand. Hands up. What's one of my biggest pet peeves is being added to things that I haven't even given permission for. So there's a tip for you to add people to your database, and then actually give them something. Give them something. Give them a reason for reading your database. Give them something that could help grow and enrich their life. As a successful business owner, I have learned the more I give, the more comes back to me. And believe me, I don't normally give easily. My head tells me things like, if I'm going to give, what am I going to get? That's the truth. I know from being a business owner for many, many years that the more I give, and in life, right, the laws of life, the more you give, the bigger life you get to lead. So if I'm giving my database something weekly, it better be something that they can use, because they've given me permission to put them on my database. So if any of you that are on here want to be a part of the Social Media Sensei, put your email below or private message me, and I'll make sure that you're added to that list where I'm giving you weekly information to grow your life, your business. So are there any questions? I'm not seeing any questions. I'm seeing a lot more people joining in, and I thank you for being here. I would love to help you grow your life, your business. Feel free to promote yourself below, what your business is, connect with others, and ask questions. Even if it's later on, if you have a question, you want to private email me, you can do that. So, social media. I'm going to give you 2 more tips for social media, basics, okay? We talked about picking one social media platform and really honing in on it and growing that before moving on to the next one. We talked about creating business social media platforms so that you become a credible business and that you can track your analytics as well as more. There's so many more insights on social media platforms, to Instagram and Facebook especially, to track if you create a business account. This is a powerful tip, and this could help you grow your database as well. When you are creating a group, I know Christine just showed me that she has a group, a Facebook group. This happens all the time for me. People add me to their groups. I don't want to be added. I don't want to be added to anybody's group. And my experience has shown me that when I ask people permission, they appreciate that. It also allows you the opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation or private message with the person to find out what the person is doing that you're actually asking to be added to the group. And I know that's kind of confusing. So let me simplify. Let's say I have a friend, Susie, and I want to add her to my Vizion Connections group, because I know she's a successful business owner or she's struggling in business, and I think it would be really good for her. Instead of just adding her, I private message her and I start a conversation with her. Hey, Susie, how are you today? And how is your business going? And then I wait for a reply. So we start having a conversation back and forth. And 9 times out of 10, she's going to tell me about her business, because really people like to talk about themselves, right? So ask questions. And then you can say, hey, I have this Facebook group that here's the benefits of why I think you should be a part of this Facebook group. And I lay out 3 to 5 benefits. I have this Facebook group that is strictly business owners that show up, they inspire each other, we learn from each other, we network, and we grow. We grow our businesses together. Would you like to be a part of that group? I allow Susie the opportunity to decline or connect. So what's happening is I'm building a relationship with her. It's a wonderful opportunity, Facebook groups, to build a connection with people rather than just adding people. Every day I leave at least five groups that people have added me to. Every single day I leave 5 groups. And some people just keep adding me back to the groups. And so then I block so that I can't be added anymore. Because there's certain groups that I just don't want to be a part of. I don't care about. So give people the opportunity and take it one step further, start to create and build a relationship with that person so that you can add them eventually, with their permission, to your database. Over time and relationships, somebody's going to know somebody that's going to want your service or your product, and your name's going to be top of mind. And they're going to remember that you had conversations with them, that you took the time to ask them questions about their life, about their business, that you took a moment to care. So, it's so much bigger than social media. It's the basics. It's one-on-one relationships with humans. In the grocery store, put your phone away. Have a conversation. Get to know the person behind you. What do they do for a living? Be social and grow a rich, meaningful life. I hope this helped you. I've been chatting for almost a half an hour. If you are just joining in and I am not, and this is recorded, still feel free to put a link, what your business is, what maybe you're struggling with social media. Maybe you're just starting out in business and you've got a struggle or a challenge. Maybe it's not even social media related. Feel free to comment below. If I don't know the answer, I can help you find the answer, or maybe somebody else that is watching this will have an answer for you. And you're always welcome to private message me as well. So, I'm out of breath. I've had a few cups of coffee today. I hope this has been inspirational and that you've learned a few things that you can go and implement today. And I appreciate that you're here. It is Wednesday. This seems like a good time to do a Facebook Live, Wednesday at 11:30 Alaska time. So, thanks for joining in. I'll catch you next week when we'll have more inspirational business social media tips. See ya.